Real quick, I just want to walk you through some of what I'm seeing in the market this week, some interesting insights, and something that hasn't happened in about 6 months. What we have here is a chart of the S&P 500 going all the way back to 2016. We have a few different indicators on this chart. I want to walk you through them. So we have some moving averages. We have this down here, which is the number of new highs, stocks making new highs versus stocks making new lows down here. And this down here is the number of distribution days, the number of distribution days over the past 25 days. So a distribution day, to explain that real quick, a distribution day is any day on this index that is down at least 0.2% or more than the previous day on higher volume than the previous day. The reason why that's important is because it points to institutional selling in the market. That's when the big boys come in and they start selling. So we want to be aware of these distribution spikes because what it ends up leading to are moves like that. When you start to have a real high distribution day count like you have down here, correlates to more downside momentum. When you have this kind of choppiness over here, that's what we had right in that area over there. When it tails off, that's when you start to have these bigger moves. What we're seeing right now, what I thought was interesting, is that we have this move down here. Distribution is about 4 right now. And when we get below 5, we tend to start to turn around and distribution starts to creep back up. Now, given that we are already extended, and let's zoom in a bit over here, price is already extended. The market's been running for a good period of time over here, and we're extended above this moving average down here. That's the 50-day moving average. And when we tend to be far extended above the 50-day moving average and even above the 5 a little bit like we are right now, what tends to happen is we get these pullbacks back toward the 50-day moving average. If you look through historically, what's happened, we tend to stay not too far away from that 50-day moving average. Back here, we run up high, and then we start to consolidate. We let that moving average catch back up. We run up, and then it starts to consolidate. The moving average catches up. So, given where we are right now with all this, it kind of makes sense that it won't be too much longer before we start to consolidate and let this moving average catch up a little bit. Or what could happen too is we start to come back in. From what I'm seeing on the kinds of stocks that are setting up, I'm seeing a decent amount of stocks still setting up from a distilled watch list of about 100 stocks. And I'm only interested in the kinds of stocks that have the ability to move up 500, 1,000% or more in a relatively short period of time. Stocks with extremely high earnings, sales, or projections, something that is unique about the company that's going to drive it higher. Those are the kinds of stocks that I'm interested in, that I keep on my radar. Right now, this week, about 16 of them caught my eye so far. And what I do is I'll take those 16 and I will run them through the gauntlet to see if it's something that is interesting to trade. Then I take all those ideas and I put them into my chat room called Trader's Mind Chat. If you haven't checked it out already, you should definitely go check it out. You could test it out free for a week. So anyway, the next thing that also caught my attention this week is this right here. Look at this right here, the number of new highs versus new lows being made. Now, what that dotted red line signals is that that's the historical average of stocks making new highs, going all the way back to this level back here when we were looking at the move in 2016, 2017. And it's interesting, right? When we were making new highs back then, look at all these giant spikes of stocks making new highs. There's a lot of periods where we are well above that line, right? When we come back over here to where we are right now, let me bring the chart back over. We're in new high territory. Where's the number of stocks making new highs? There is not a ton of stocks participating yet, but what's interesting is that there's a lot of stocks that are starting to come off the lows that are consolidating, let's say like right around here, and they're getting ready to make a move. The thing that has me excited about this move and think that there's a little bit more potential left in it, that it's not just like, oh, we're at new highs and we're going to roll over. No, what I think is that we could see a little bit of sideways action, maybe some consolidation, while the other stocks are getting ready to break out to fresh highs as well. So those are a few insights that I had for you this week. I hope that you found that helpful. If you did, please like the video, share the video, and drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Peace out.